This past October, the 2025 NBA season finally tipped off. There were a lot of new faces and we got to witness some great basketball. Along the way, there was plenty of trash talk. Many players got into it, with fans even getting involved. In today's video, I'll be breaking down the best trash talking clips from October. This includes the preseason period and the first 2 weeks of the regular season. With a mix of lip reading audio and interviews, you'll get the full context for each interaction. Now without further ado, let's get into it. To start, let's talk about the most heated interaction of the month. It took place in a game between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Memphis Grizzlies. With 3 minutes left in the second quarter, the Pelicans committed a turnover. The play was dead, so Poole decided to launch a 3. While doing so, KCP decided to push him mid-air. Poole landed near the scores table and the referees held a review. KCP was pissed as he said, Poole thought the foul was intentional, which is when things got intense. As you heard, Poole was pretty animated in this conversation, with a fan even saying,
Draymond.
In the end, the refs didn't call any additional penalty on the play. Poole was in disbelief, but the tension pretty much ended after that. On the other hand, Draymond Green didn't have the same luck. In a game against the Grizzlies, ironically, he almost got ejected from the game. With 3 minutes left in the third quarter, Draymond was dribbling the ball up the floor. He ended up losing it as Santi Aldama got the steal. In an effort to avoid an easy layup, Draymond grabbed Aldama and pulled him down. There was clear contact to the neck, as you can see with this scratch. Aldama was clearly hurt, but Draymond wasn't going for it. Jaren Jackson tried to argue for a flagrant, but Draymond quickly defended himself. In other words, Draymond thought it wasn't that serious of a foul. The Grizzlies coach was pissed, yelling, "What the hell is that?" The refs reviewed the play and gave Draymond a flagrant foul 1. He couldn't believe the call and told Aldama, "Don't cry like a pussy." Aldama ended up missing the first free throw and Draymond was loving it. Aldama also missed the second one, resulting in a Draymond taunt. He started skipping around and trolling Aldama. He even said, in the end, Draymond got the best of Aldama as the Warriors got a 13-point win. Now, we cannot talk about trash talking without mentioning Dillon Brooks. This is literally what he's known for, and in a game against the Clippers, things weren't any different. Just 8 minutes into the game, Brooks committed a foul. He didn't like that, so he started chirping at Harden, trying to throw his game off, but it didn't work. Just 5 seconds later, Harden drew another foul. He made sure to let Brooks know, saying, "You can't guard me. You can't." While at the line, Brooks responded, In other words, Brooks was feeling himself, so he kept going at Harden. After a loose ball, Brooks grabbed him and said, "I'm right here." He was trying to instigate something, but Harden just kept laughing at him. He knew what time it was, and he responded with 3 straight threes. He even pointed at Brooks as he led the Clippers to a 27-point win. After the game, Harden explained the interaction.
Did that fuel you at all?
Probably. That's how he gets himself going. You know what I mean? Defensively, like he talks to himself, he gets into you, he tries to alter the things that you're comfortable with or whatever the case may be. But, you know, he actually woke me up a little bit to, all right, come on, let's go. It's good to get him back a little bit.
Basically, Harden backed up his trash talk, which is something Paolo Banchero couldn't replicate. In a game against the Pistons, he got into it with Tobias Harris. With 2 minutes left in the second quarter, Paolo took Harris one-on-one. A foul was called and Harris was pissed. He thought Paolo was flopping for calls, but he fired back. Harris thought Paolo was getting ahead of himself, resulting in this back and forth.
And got a triple-double watch. He's got.
I know some of you believed Harris called Paolo a loser, but this angle shows otherwise. Anyways, double technicals were called and Paolo said, Now, the funny thing is that Paolo missed both free throws after this exchange. He couldn't back up his trash talk and Harris was fired up. He kept going at Paolo, even calling him a bum at one point. In the end, Harris dropped 23 points and the Pistons cruised to a 19-point win. However, Paolo wasn't the only one that had to learn the hard way. In a game against the Lakers, Anthony Edwards got humbled by one of their newest acquisitions. His name was Jake LaRavia, as he had himself a night. He scored 27 points and shot 91% from the field. After making his fifth three, LaRavia stared at Edwards and said, "I'm ass." It was one of those nights and Edwards couldn't believe it. This moment right here gave the Lakers momentum as they won a thriller in Minnesota. This instantly became a headline and LaRavia explained his perspective.
I kind of put my hands up like this and I kind of agree with him, like who's number 12. I kind of played into it a little bit. I find that kind of stuff funny because I am not well known at this moment, so I'm just, head down, working hard, that's all I do.
You can tell the Lakers got a good one here as they've been on a roll. The Houston Rockets have also been in the same boat with Kevin Durant fitting right into their system. However, things got heated during a game against Brooklyn. With 3 minutes left in the third, Durant was called for an offensive foul. It was a very questionable call as the defender only made contact with the ball and not Durant's body. The Rockets challenged the call, but they somehow didn't win it. Durant was outraged and the Nets broadcast picked up his conversation with the ref.
I just looked at it. I looked at it too. He's so close to me. He got to back up once I start getting into my move. He's standing there. These dudes not backing up. They're not retreating. He's telling me I'm the one playing.
Durant went further with his comments and said this about Jalen Wilson. The fact that the challenge wasn't successful says a lot about the current referees. They couldn't even give a proper explanation to KD, but at least the Rockets won the game. Meanwhile, this Wizards fan couldn't relate as the whole Sixers team taunted him. This came after the Sixers made a huge comeback against the rebuilding Wizards. A fan was heckling Embiid the whole game, but he made sure to have the last word. I'm not gonna lie, doing all of this against the Wizards is crazy, but at least this fan didn't get his feelings hurt. In a game against Golden State, a Blazers fan did the complete opposite. For context, the Blazers were dominating the Warriors. They forced their shooters to take a lot of bad shots and Buddy Hield was frustrated. He was cursing on his way to the locker room, which is when this happened.
Hey, is that cool to say that in front of my son? Hey! I don't care. Shut the fuck up. You see you saying that again? I got you on camera. Listen. I got you on camera.
Buddy Hield really couldn't care less, and it's crazy how this fan acted like a victim. Still, that wasn't as crazy as when Gary Trent Jr. almost fought Bob Carrington. With the first half winding down, Trent gave him a shove. Carrington didn't like that and said, "Don't do that shit." Trent replied, "Shut your ass up. You talking to?" This resulted in double text as Trent kept chirping. He didn't like the finger point by Carrington, but things cooled off. It's just kind of crazy how close this confrontation was, but it is what it is. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic made a mockery out of Dennis Schroeder in the preseason. This came after Luka drew a foul on this play. Schroeder didn't agree with the call, so he started talking. Luka didn't take him serious as he said, "I'm not with you." Schroeder didn't back down and replied,
A great player out on the floor from your Carl's Jr.
Luka ended up missing the first free throw, but he then said, like I said, he thought Schroeder was a joke and pretty much kept laughing at everything he said. Luka made the second free throw and finished the game with 31 points. Right after the buzzer, Luka skipped shaking hands with the Kings. Schroeder was nowhere to be found and that was pretty much it. However, that wasn't the only Lakers interaction during the preseason. This time, Dalton Connect got involved. In a game against the Warriors, he started chirping at Draymond. For context, Draymond was having a rough night without Steph. In the first quarter, he airballed a 3 and Luka even taunted him. He couldn't find a rhythm offensively, so Connect had some words. Knowing Draymond, he took offense to it and went all in.
Week here against this team. We talked about game number 2 will be just.
You really cannot talk trash to Draymond since he's the same one that said this to Karis LeVert. With that in mind, Connect didn't say anything back to Draymond and even avoided eye contact. Now, there's no better way to finish this video than with another Dillon Brooks interaction. We previously talked about his exchange with Harden, but he also got into it with DeRozan. With 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Brooks grabbed his jersey. DeRozan pushed Brooks away and they had to be separated. Brooks was loving the intensity, but DeRozan clapped back. He called Brooks little right in his face and the tension kept going. In the next possession, DeRozan took Brooks one-on-one. He got him with a fake and drew an and-one. He stared at Brooks for a couple of seconds as he wanted to make a statement. Still, Brooks got his get back. Just a minute later, he hit a jumper over DeRozan. He was hyped and the two exchanged words. Just a play later, they both got tangled up on a rebound. A double foul was called and DeRozan couldn't believe it. Brooks tried to explain his case, but DeRozan wasn't hearing any of it. DeRozan really couldn't stand Brooks, but the Suns ended up winning by 4. This is the type of competition we want to see, and hopefully the trash talk keeps intensifying. And that pretty much concludes the video. What do you guys think of this NBA season so far? Which heated moment was your favorite? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.